Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Papa Dub back with another video, and this video is sponsored by Ubuntu Apparel. These hats are going on sale this week, and I just want to say thanks for anybody who went on the site and purchased anything. Okay, I got orders right behind me. I'm going to drop off. Just want to say thanks. That's all I ask for is the support. That's it. Listen, man, I heard somebody say something about getting it the honest way, right? And it was talking about how people be what was buying food stamps and cheating the system and all. Let me tell y'all something right now, right? First of all, let me tell y'all something, right? Ain't a motherfucking thing in America honest. They'll tell you to get it the honest way. Why? They go take, steal, rob, pillage, rape. They do it all to get where they're at, okay? These people have tampered with your understanding of life. You've been robbed. There's no do it the right way. If you go outside barefooted right now, you're walking on blood. Dead people's blood. People who helped build this motherfucker. Don't you know these people built a construct to where you will have to go out and work your ass off while they running around in their lavish penthouses and flying all across the world like they done shitted on us. This is their system, not your system. Then they'll tell you that God say go get it. Oh, a man's supposed to work to the sweat of his brow. That's slave talk, homie. Now you see how all this ties in. Because like I always say, when you working to the sweat of your brow for a motherfucker that's in his office practicing for his Tijuana trip, while you work your ass off, putting money in his pockets, sending his children to college, making their life better. Who came up with this construct? You had to be a devilish motherfucker to come up with a construct where people are robbed of their lives. Like you born in America, which we would say, oh, this is way better than a third world country from what they say. Yes, there are some conditions over there that's fucked up, but there's some conditions over here that's fucked up too. And the more you travel, the more you realize it's rich parts and it's poor parts. So don't get that twisted. But what you do got to understand is this. This is a controlled environment that you don't control. They do. They put the drugs here on the streets. So when you see people running around on drugs, who put these drugs here? I always say if you could train a dog to stop, roll over, jump up and down, you could train dolphins and you could train whales. You could train people not to kill, not to take from each other. There's countries that promotes this. You got countries where they hang fruit on the fence for the homeless. In America, but you go to jail for feeding the homeless. We had to start throwing parties for the homeless. That's how we got away with it. And I told y'all why they don't want you feeding the homeless, because you are aiding them. You're giving them aid that stops them from going out committing crimes so that they don't go to jail. So when their jails are not filled, they can't make no shmoney. I done told y'all this shit. America is full of shit. There's nothing here that says honesty. Nothing. Do you know what these people sunk the Titanic on purpose and sold the story to us? Like that shit just happened. Oh, it was a malfunction of the boat. No, nigga. JP Morgan Company built the boat on purpose to sink. When they started, right, the monetary system. This was in Jekyll Island. This is right here in Georgia. You can go there to this day. Jekyll Island. You're going to see the Rockefeller's house. You're going to see JP Morgan. All that shit still there. This is when they start coming up with the money construct. And there was a few people that didn't agree with it. So what did they do? They killed them. They made sure the right people got off the boat when they made those stops and made sure the right people stayed on the boat. And that motherfucker sunk. And they sold that shit to, a matter of fact, they monetized it to us. They made millions off of a serious catastrophic ass event that they planned. And that's just one. And most people don't even know about that. Ain't shit about America honest, homie. Nothing. Them people put us in their schools, making sure that the bullshit education they teach us is going to surround our psyche, our reality with scarcity, limitations, right? They're going to control us through all type of stuff from language. They're going to control us. Like I say, they teach you what salt tastes like, what sugar tastes like, and that tastes like. What they do is they manipulate every way that we receive information. They manipulate your tongue, your palate. I say this shit all the time, bro. You go get a grape soda, right? And through your eyes, that's manipulation. Just because it's the color grape or purple, we think that resembles grapes. So they can sell us a grape soda, and every ingredient in that motherfucker is everything but grapes. But we call it grape soda. All right? Because they've taught us this tastes like this tastes like this. So you're going to love this, you're going to hate that. Don't you know bitter is better? Anybody who's into herbs, herbalist, they'll tell you bitter is better. Shit that tastes good is bad for you. Shit that tastes bad is good for you. When you go to the motherfucker, when you go to like these third world countries and stuff, they gave one of them people a Snickers, a Snicker candy bar. You know, we love a Snicker. Man, them people looked at that shit, ate that shit, and holding that shit up in the air like a fake $100 bill. Like, what the fuck is this? Because they didn't have the programs to process what this shit is. They taught us, oh, this is a Snicker. It tastes like sugar, and you should love it. Man, that shit killing us. Ain't nothing about America honest, right? The judicial system, you know what I'm trying to say. That shit all fucked up. Don't you know when you go to court, right? Why you think your heart be pounding? These people set the courtroom up, right? On an asymmetry and a symmetry level, right? I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about it in a bit. But you have to understand, when you go to court, they speak what they call legalese. This is another language that even the lawyer, even all the lawyers and the fucking judges, they don't even know the language to it. It's called legalese. Go look it up. Because the words you think mean this, it don't mean that at all. People fell out and lost their shit, especially on TikTok. No disrespect to my TikTok fans, but TikTok. When I spoke about collateral consequences, right? And I'm gonna keep speaking my shit because I want to educate people. When you commit a felony, and I'm gonna keep saying it till y'all get it. When you commit a felony in America, you are now by law a dead man or a dead woman because you cannot compete like a normal citizen can because of that felony. And you are faced with what they call collateral consequences. It's over 45,000 different collateral consequences. And like I say, it's going to make it hard for you to vote. It's going to make it hard for you to bear arms. It's going to make it hard for you to adopt. It's going to make you hard for you to sign a lease. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make it hard for you to get a job. And you got all these people saying, oh, this and all that. I'm a convicted fella. I did this. I did that. See, that's why I say comprehension. A lot of people can't comprehend. It's not your fault. Okay? And they coming at me like I made the shit up or I forced this on people. I'm trying to educate you, bro. Go look it up for yourself. But what I'm telling you is this. It's nothing about America that is honest. Innocent children go to school just to be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Fed the bullshit in their brain. We've been indoctrinated, man. We don't know shit about money. We think money, people don't understand. The more physical money you have, the broker you are. If you got $100 million, if you got $1 million, 900,000 of that shit should be in investments. You only should have 10% of cash. That's why people say I'm cash poor. But they got a lot of assets. And those assets crank money. It prints money. But they teach us to have this shit stacked to our ear or be spreading across our hand. But we look stupid as fuck. But it ain't our fault. They promote this shit to us. And this is why I say you can't complain when young black kids rob your ass or they shooting each other or they coming up in your shit or they acting wild. Even females, you can't blame them. Y'all taught them. And we blame the finger, we point the finger at each other. Oh, black people, y'all don't know how to act. Black people, I used to think that shit until I had to realize this is an antenna, like this is a receiver. All this shit does is record information. Who's feeding us this shit? They are. They are putting millions of dollars behind TV shows, music, everything you could think of. And social media even made it worse because algorithms, and I'm going to do a whole nother video on that, but the algorithm basically is your personal life guidance. And I'm going to tell you how. The algorithm learns your patterns and it learns what you like and don't like. And it feeds you what you like and don't like. So it corners you off. This is why certain things you don't see. You only see the shit that you've been posting, liking, sharing, talking about. And that's it. So now you locked in box. So now the algorithm is training you to act and love and perceive and accept certain shit a certain way. You locked and boxed off of your own Instagram, Facebook. That's why I get on my shit and I like to put information out. I don't really look at the shit that come my way because I understand social media is designed for you to tell all your information. That's it. And they take your information and use it back against your ass through advertisements. So they monetizing your ignorance. Yeah, they monetizing your ignorance. That's why when you click on shit, or now you can speak about it. If you like this type of beer, I love Corona. Watch how Corona start popping up on your shit because of the advertisements. So what I'm saying is this, bro. I don't give none of these big major companies no kudos because they own everything. Why would I give a company that's in a family that's got access to billions of dollars? What did you do? Nothing. Your children are running around off the backs of other people who's putting in the real work. And y'all telling me this is what God wanted? That shit don't make no motherfucking sense. As long as it benefit them, oh yeah, they gonna say God. Cause they know you're gonna believe this shit. Anytime you throw religion in some shit, it throw logic out the window. You ain't even thinking no more because they say God said it. Man, use your fucking common sense, man. You think God gonna punish you because you want to know the truth? No, he gonna punish you for not using your common sense. And stop being afraid. What you scared of? Like Paul said, everybody's scared. Everybody want to go to heaven, but they scared to die. Because they gave you what death is, right? Everything you know, these people programmed you with this shit. That's why I say scarcity. I said that earlier in this video. You go to school, they teach you all these scarcity, so you got all these walls up. That's why a child that can sit up will sit down on the ground and a snake can slither around them and they can play with that snake. And y'all might say, oh, that child's stupid, that child dumb. No, that child just hasn't been programmed with the scarcities, or it hasn't had those programs of fears. Animals move off vibration. Those snakes ain't gonna fuck with that motherfucking baby because they feel the vibration. That's how they communicate. If you come fuck with that baby, they gonna attack your motherfucking ass. You got to understand how this shit work, man. Stop letting man train you and use common motherfucking sense. God did not put us here to be living in no motherfucking houses like we live in, right? God ain't put us here to be spending money off shit he put here for free. I'm going to say it a million times. God ain't going to bless you with money just to buy shit he put here for free. Man has put together a motherfucking system that got us all enslaved. You could be white, you a slave. And if you think you're not a slave because you white or you Latino or you this, you that, something's wrong. Because slavery went from private to public. You commit a crime, you become what they call state property. Now your ass working for 10 cents for major companies. You working 10 cents an hour for Walmart, for Chick-fil-A, goddammit, Starbucks, because that's the family. This is how the rich, they rich and the poor, they poor. See, you got to understand, slavery is just cheap labor. They don't give a fuck what color you are. I mean, they don't care. They created a system to make sure you ain't gonna go to jail. To make sure you got to pay money every 30 days. And if you don't, you're going to go into what they call a fight or flight mode. You're going to rob, you're going to do what you got to do. But why do we got to do that? In a world where God put everything here for us for free. We've been fooled like a motherfucker. And you don't understand the ways that they control us. Music is a frequency. Why you think when people hear certain songs, they go to crying? That's frequency. Why you think when they pass that collection plate around, they go to playing them drums and playing them chords? That's frequency. Everything's aligned with the chakra, okay? From the bottom to the top. You understand me? And you don't know nothing about astrology, right? People don't know nothing about the moon, how the moon regulates, like with a woman's cycle. You get what I'm saying? How it regulates the tide, high and low and all this. When you speak about things that you wasn't taught, your cognitive dissonance will kick in, right? If I tell you that's a car, when I'm really pointing at a bicycle, by default, your brain gonna say, nah, because you've been taught that. They know that. So all they got to do is keep feed you a loop. This is what why commercials was created. Commercials is just something that's over and over and over. It's like listening to a song on the radio. You hear it enough, you might say that shit sounds stupid, but you keep listening to it every day. And this is why they call it radio programming. Programming is something that is basically coercing you to like or take a liking to when you add time and consistency. This is a universal law. Anything you put attention on, it grows. They just forcing you to listen to it. That's why they have to create an environment or a matrix. Because in the matrix, that's a controlled environment. They can't control Mother Nature to some degree. They can, because now, like I told y'all, now they're making it rain. And they got cloud seeding companies, and people don't understand how that benefits them. I know I'm a little off topic, but how does that benefit them? They can wipe a whole city out and blame it on the weather. That's why. You think it snowed in Florida when we know damn well it don't supposed to snow in Florida, but we so happy we running outside. We whoop, man. These motherfuckers planning for the next 100 years. Bitch, we ain't gonna be here. We're gonna be just like them fake ass dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, they never existed, bro. All bullshit. But the black man was once roaming, the earth. But we haven't seen them in over 100 years. Cause they gonna wipe our motherfucking ass out. That's why they pump entertainment. This is why they pump technologies and all that. Come on, bro. But if you don't use your common sense, you're going to think, oh, we just evolving. How could something that's already perfect evolve or be more perfect? That shit don't make no sense. It makes no sense. Oh, we evolving. Oh, we went from talking on the phone. Now we can see people on the phone. Ain't no fucking evolving. We're going backwards, nigga. We're more prone to be controlled than we ever was before. Ever. But we say we moving forward. We're moving backwards. Look at the shit we are accepting. Think about it. The shit we didn't accept. My grandma, you couldn't come around my grandma. I'm telling you, as a man, popping your neck and acting like you, she'll shoot your ass. And you damn sure don't want to go around my granddaddy. Not with that funny shit. But fast forward today, and no disrespect, I'm just showing y'all how these people have coerced us to accept the unaccepted. Right? Oh, it's okay, it's cool. But yet, you don't see the motherfucking Jews doing it. They promoting us doing it. Why they don't do it? Why you don't see them on TV? Why you don't see they women acting like they popping balloons and acting all this crazy shit? Why you don't see them on there shooting and killing and cutting each other up? And why you don't see them doing that? And every time you see an actor apologizing, why is he apologizing? You gotta understand, these people make up less than 1% of the population, but yet owns over 50% of everything. How? I'm gonna give you one word. The word for the day is usury. Go look up what usury is and how they became empowered doing that and how they got kicked out of every country. And this is why they don't have their own country. They got kicked out of every country for usury. Put some shit in y'all mind, man. But listen, man, it's your boy Papa Duck. I gotta go. UbuntuApparel.com. Ubuntu means I am because we are. Meaning we ain't shit without each other. This logo, that's a man, that's a man, that's a man, and that's a man. They backs are all against each other with them guns drawn. This is the women and the children, the dots. So the men are protecting the women and the children on all corners. And if you look at in the middle, all their backs are against each other. See them hands drawn? See that? You see that? You see that hand up? That hand up? That's the women and children, the dots. That's why this shit means so much to me. And I thank y'all for every order. Okay? It's your boy Papa Duck, man. Make sure y'all put your comments on this thing. You know, I love y'all, man. We're here to acknowledge each other on what's going on. I don't be meaning these videos to go long, but you know, it is what it is. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Double salute. So hit that share button, man. Let's continue to build. And like I say, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. I'll fuck with y'all on the next one.